All right guys, we've made it to the third and final stage of our Pro-M EFI engine management system. Today we're going to be firing the car for the very first time, as well as hitting a few of the high notes on Pro-M's fully programmable software. For those of you that haven't seen parts 1 and 2, go ahead and get those underneath your belt. That way you can see what we've accomplished thus far. By doing that, you'll be able to learn a little bit more about the key features and benefits of the Pro-M system, see how we remove the factory harness from the car, and of course the basics of how you install a Pro-M system into your Fox Mustang. Bringing you up to speed from part 2. Once everything was finished, we went through the entire car again to make sure everything was good to go. Of course, we did the obvious by reconnecting the negative battery cable, and at this point, we're gonna need to calibrate our wideband O2 sensors. Once that's all said and done, we're good to go for liftoff. In order to calibrate the O2 sensors, make sure they are removed from the exhaust piping and disconnected from the extensions. Hop inside of the car and turn the key to the on position, but do not start the engine. You'll notice that the gauge will be displaying an E2 error code for channels A and B. This indicates that no sensor is connected and must remain visual for a minimum of 30 seconds before the key can be turned to the off position. With the gauge now powered off, connect the O2 sensors to their respective location. We mark these L and R during the install. Turn the key to the on position, but don't start the car. The gauge will show that the sensors are warming up, and this is indicated by HTR. After 30 to 60 seconds, the display will switch from HTR and quickly flash CAL, indicating that the sensor is being calibrated. The gauge will shortly flash to a numbered readout. Reinstall the sensors back into the exhaust piping, and make sure all of your wiring is properly secured. All that is left is a few tweaks within the software to dial in our calibration. Of course, we'll need to check fuel pressure, set the base idle, double check our set TPS voltage, and of course make sure our base timing is at 10 degrees. The software tweaks are going to include inputting the base idle and of course checking our throttle position sensor. Before doing any of this, go ahead and install a fuel pressure gauge while the engine is cool. First, warm up the engine and then check base timing. This is easily done, and we have already put together a video showing you how to set ignition timing, so be sure to check that one out. After checking timing, verify that the fuel pressure gauge reads 40 psi. Now to set base idle, disconnect the IAC connection and remove the adjuster if one is on your car. Be sure and use a new gasket if you have to remove and reinstall the IAC. Adjust the throttle stop screw underneath the throttle body and get the idle close to where you want it. Stock engines idle around 750 RPMs, whereas cars with aggressive camshafts idle upwards of 1,000 RPMs or even higher depending on the application. Under calibration, expand the idle speed control folder. Drag and drop the scalar's calibration into the dashboard. Input the desired idle and then click OK. To check TPS voltage, open a variable list. Underneath variables, scroll down and click sensors. Expand the folder labeled TP. Drag and drop the variable labeled TP_volts into the list on the dashboard. Click Start, and this will command the software to read the TPS voltage. This should be 0.95. To reference TPS voltage adjustment, check out our detailed video. At this point, you can save the calibration with a new file name or overwrite your current file. Turn the car off, and then turn the key to the on position, but don't start the car. Click Write All to command the software to write the file to the ECU. Now, since disconnecting the IAC was required to set base idle, a diagnostic trouble code or DTC could have occurred. Check this by turning the key to the on position, but do not start the car. Click Tools and then click DTC window. Now, click Read Codes. If the code is present, simply click Clear Codes. All right guys, everything is sorted, it's good to go. Our wideband is hooked up. Don't mind the interior. Again, this thing is a work in progress. So let's turn this thing over. That's good. It's right on the money. Now, because we were able to provide Pro-M the specifics on our car, they were able to send us a calibration for our particular setup. All right guys, wrapping all of this stuff up. Disassembly, very easy. The installation was fairly straightforward, and of course when it came to the tuning there was a little bit of uncertainty, but it's like anything, you have to learn by doing. Now on that note, if you're unfamiliar with electrical harnesses, high-end components, and of course the tuning aspect of this, find you a local trustworthy speed shop so they can do the work for you. All in all here, guys, Pro-M really outdid themselves. This system is completely awesome. I love it. I highly recommend it. And it is a must-have for all 1979 to 1993 Fox Mustang owners. So until next time, guys, you know what to do by now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. Like this video, and don't forget to turn on notifications. While you're at it, check out our other videos, and don't forget to shop lmr.com for all things 1979, the present Mustang, and SVT Lite.